Hey guys, and welcome back once again to Rob's Arcade.
Rob's Arcade.
Make it official.
Rob's Arcade. Where the games get played and the games get saved so they can be played on another day. Rob's Arcade.
God, I love hearing that so much, and thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here in Rob's Arcade on this new Game Friday. Coming at you guys with what I'm calling a little bit, I guess, of bonus content. I don't know if it's really bonus content, but it is something that I felt I kind of left out with some of the other videos I did last week on the all new Game Friday. As you know, if you watched some of my videos on this last week, I'm kind of revamping New Game Friday, and it was about not only just playing the game, but kind of giving you guys a little bit more information. And I've felt in the past that some of my New Game Fridays have been kind of selfish, if you will. Just kind of play the games for myself, just kind of check them out. And even though I'm doing this for your benefit as well, I don't feel like I'm always giving you guys all of the necessary information on the game. Sometimes I just play these games. I don't even know if I like give you guys the titles. I'm just like playing the game. Like they can read what the freaking title is. I don't even gotta tell them. But I mean, it helps, to say Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat XL, to tell you guys what I'm playing, give you guys some information on who put the freaking game together. And I jumped into this game and played a lot of it last week, but was basically just focused on the story aspect of the game. I was a big fan of the narrative that went along with Mortal Kombat 11. And now playing some of this Mortal Kombat 10, I see where some of those elements were kind of put into place through this. It's like Back to the Future 3 or Back to the Future 2, you go back and you can say, oh yes, the elements of that movie were kind of put into place from the one, and this is kind of the same with this. You kind of see where some of the elements of 11 really were set up in this game here. But that was the reason I kind of jumped into this game, was because I just kind of wanted to play the narrative and kind of see what the story was to Mortal Kombat 10 going into 11. And doing that, I didn't really share all of the aspects of this game with you guys. And so we are going to be doing another game for New Game Friday, but I wanted to kind of jump back into this game and talk about some of the aspects of Mortal Kombat 10 that I didn't show. Like I said, I just kind of jumped into the story mode with this game. So before I jump into the new game on New Game Friday, I also want to first iterate that New Game Friday isn't necessarily just about being a new game, or a new title. New Game Friday is basically, it's just a new game or a new title within my library. Or perhaps it's just a game or a title in my library that I haven't done a video on yet. And it might not even be Friday when I'm playing these games. Believe it or not. What's going on? I don't know, I'm so confused, man. New Game Friday is such a hoax. It's not even Friday. It's not a new game. What's happening? But yeah, New Game Friday isn't necessarily, like I said, just a new game or a new title, or even, like I said, a game that I haven't done a video on even before in the past, because clearly I have. New Game Friday is just about hanging out with you guys and just kind of sharing some stuff. That's what New Game Friday is all about. And so I'm going to share some more stuff here with Mortal Kombat 10 before we jump into the next game for New Game Friday. Now, also, I want to mention, going into New Game Friday last week, one of my prerogatives, one of my priorities, was going through PlayStation PlayStation Plus's free games, and just sharing those with you. And this is one of them. This is one of the games. If you are not a PlayStation Plus member, do it. do it now. It's so simple. It's just like this, pressing any button, click, boom, you do it. I can't stress enough how important it is to be a PlayStation Plus member. You get free games every single month, people. It's so easy, and it's not much more. I don't think it's more expensive than any of your other memberships, like Netflix. I was about to say I don't think it's much more expensive than what I don't think, and I don't know. I would almost wager that it's cheaper than some of like the subscription services, like maybe HBO or Disney Plus or some of these things that you might already have. And if you're a video game fan, man, God, I think, Buck, chime in down in the comment section. Are you not a Plus member? I feel like you are. And it's so worth it. You get free games every month, and these are games you don't have to a lot of times. And there's something else I'm doing too, where I keep it or I sweep it. You don't have to keep these games in your library. Like a lot of times I'll download the games, I'll check them out, I'll play them for a little bit, and if I don't like it, I'll just like erase it from like my application menu. And then if I want to play it again, it's just as simple as downloading the game back into my PlayStation. So it's not like it's taking up room, it's not taking up space. If it's a game that I really care about, I might save my saved files for later. But I don't even sometimes keep these games necessarily downloaded into my PlayStation. Like I'll download them, I'll get them for free, and then I'll just erase them from the application menu and just kind of keep them out there. And then it's just, you just search it, you just look it up, and then you re-download it if you want to play it later. It's really simple. I do it all the time. It's really simple, guys. I highly, highly recommend doing it. As you see, we got player 1 mode, which I'm going to go back real quick though. And I think I gave this game a 7.5 out of 8 bits. That's kind of like my rating system is 8 bits out of 8. You get 8 out of 8, you're the best. I think I gave this like a 7.5 because like there's only so much like you can do with the Mortal Kombat game. And I kind of feel like as long as you got some cool characters and like finishing moves, like you're kind of on point. The mechanisms on the controllers don't feel as smooth as 11 to me for some reason. But that's not to take anything away from this game. However, I do want to mention Player 2 mode and the online mode. I feel like those are the best modes that you're going to get out of this game. You can sit back on your couch here in Florida or wherever you are and hang out with your buddy in Virginia or wherever he might be and play some Mortal Kombat, which is really fun. Or you can do the 2-player mode where you guys sit on the couch side by side like we used to do back in the day growing up in Mortal Kombat. Now, we're going to jump into the story modes, or the 1-player modes. You have story here, which is really cool, which is what I was kind of checking out. But then we also have the towers, which is what I kind of wanted to show you guys originally, because that was what I was, when kind of like, I went through the story mode, did my videos, and then I went through and started checking out other stuff in the game. I don't know why I did that. I kind of should have like stuck with the videos and been doing this with you guys. But this is what the traditional Mortal Kombat was like for me. Like you had this kind of like tower system, and you had to gradually build your way to the top. I don't know if that was something that was established in the first one. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And I feel like if it was, I feel like the arcade Mortal Kombat, the first one, kind of focused on a tower simulation, and I think they tried to do the same thing on the home console, but it didn't translate as well, because I do feel like when I played it on Sega CD, there was more of a tower aspect to the game. But I definitely feel like Mortal Kombat 2 really chiseled out the tower aspect for this franchise here. And this is what, like I spelled classic. Okay, I feel like this was what traditionally the Mortal Kombat 2 and all that kind of really felt like. Who is this guy here? Got some. Oh, these are some of the characters that you can unlock that I haven't. And real quick before I move into the game, that was one of the things So these are, I guess, Triborg, Tremor, Goro. So these are like Mortal Kombat characters, and then over here we have like franchise characters. You just got to complete the story mode to get this guy, Chinook, Purchase Predator, Leatherface, Alien, and Jason. And I mean, I think that was always one of the things was like the unlockable characters when it came to fighting games. Those like hidden, shadowed character icons. And it's only gotten better. I feel like the characters in Mortal Kombat 11 are even better than the characters we have here. And I kind of played around with Sub-Zero a little bit. Let me go back. I'm gonna change his costume because you can do classic Sub-Zero. And like I said, this is kind of what I feel like I remember most from playing Mortal Kombat growing up as a kid. The classic tower mode.
A dead man walks.
You will know the sting of winter.
You have found your demise.
Round 1. Fight.
And I do like looking at was Scorpion's costume and everything. He had like the swords and everything in the back, and I remember like weapons were a part of Mortal Kombat on 64 or something like that. I feel like Soul Calibur was really big at that time.
Round 2.
And so it was all about like Mortal Kombat characters having like swords, scythes, nunchucks, and stuff like that. I feel like up to that point really hadn't been a factor of the game. Just kind of looking at this like Sub-Zero like eyesore like. Come on, give me that. There we go.
Finish him.
Let's look at the move list real quick. Special moves, finishing move. Down, back, circle, close. Oh, nope, just kicked him in the nuts. That's a tough one.
Sub-Zero wins.
I kind of talked about some of the costumes before too. Going back to the classic costume here. It's like they amped up the costume so much in 11. Like I was like looking at Mortal Kombat 11, just like where do some of these costumes come from? Like this is so bizarre. Like you know Liu Kang and all these characters. Just
Care
like
to test me?
I too wield a sword.
what happened? Just
Made
that
of ice.
simple.
Round 1. Fight.
That buckle straps. Oh whoa. I know there's like some guys out there like they know these crazy combo moves and stuff. I'd get lucky. There we go.
Chill of despair.
Oh, nice. There we go. Get out of here.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice. I feel like the background of this. feel like this is where you're gonna get a lot of the better backgrounds too. Like you can play. Oh no! Did I? Oh man! Damn it! Like you can play story mode and get some cool like fights and stuff, but I feel like it's just playing like
wins.
the towers and playing like some of these random fights. Is where you're gonna really get into some of the cooler backgrounds and some of the cooler designs that these artists have put into this game. These guys have sat back and put like countless hours into just like simple little things.
So
like
what's it take to join your
wolves
club?
running back behind
You
you
are
and
not
stuff like
worthy.
that. But it's here that you're gonna find. Let's go to Tower Select again because I just want to show you some more stuff here. Now this is something that I grew up with, that I was glad to see. Kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this was something that was established in the first
Liu Kang.
game, and then kind of like it was taken out. I don't really understand why. Like, test your might, right? Test your might. That was part of the whole song. You just play like that cool beat.
Test your might.
Kombat. Test your might. Raiden. Sonya. Sub-Zero. Scorpion. Mortal Kombat. Test your might. That was like, oh man, that was the whole thing in the 90s. Probably don't people realize that. But that was the whole thing in the 90s, was just taking a techno beat, and then you could just lay down lines from the movie Graveyard Shift. Remember that one? Graveyard Shift? Anybody watch that movie? The Graveyard Shift. It's just a beat over the credits where they just drop in lines from the movie.
Test your might.
Test your might. Raiden. Sub-Zero. Mortal Kombat. Graveyard Shift. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing. Now you get these big names, these huge rappers to come on and do like one track. It's the best track on the whole freaking soundtrack. Costs like half the budget of your fucking movie.
Test your might.
Back then it was just Graveyard Shift. But yeah, this was something that would pop up. Starting to get a little bit harder now. This is, I was going to say, this is like too easy. So this is something that would pop up in between matches, playing the original Mortal Kombat, and then you would have to like all of a sudden like test your might. And how many controllers, guys, did we break? Just trying to like rub out the buttons real hard, like trying to get it to just
Test your might.
I don't think this is one. This is the Cold Skull. That was not one of the originals. Oh, this is tough. Oh, man, that was tough. There we go. That was like the original Test Your Might there on the Sega Genesis. My neighbors probably think I'm whacking off on the couch. I'm just like just going crazy here. What? Tune contend.
Test your might.
You guys are just making shit up now. These are getting tough. Oh. What's up? But yeah, that was a cool aspect of the original
Test your might.
Mortal Kombat. Let's go back. Tower Select, see what else we have going on. There was something else I was looking at that was kind of curious to me before we wrap this video up. Got Test Your Luck, Endless, which is just not just defeat as many opponents as you can without loss. And then of course you have Survivor. There was something I saw here that was, oh, here we go, Living Towers. Now this is something that was kind of interesting to me, just in the title alone. And I went in and looked at it, and these counters kind of freaked me out a little bit at first. I wasn't really sure what all these little different counters were about, and they're red. But it looks pretty self-explanatory actually now when I look at it. So you have these living towers, and I'm guessing they're called living towers because they do change. as people do change, as people grow and people exist, people continue to live, they continue to change. And so we have the hourly, which for the next 26 minutes and 40 seconds, you can take on Hot Mess, which you have 5 opponents, and you look down below, and you can see they give you a little description, if you will, of what you have to do there. You can click over to the daily, which you have 16 hours and 26 minutes now left in. It's called the Evil Within, and you have 8 opponents that you can go up against. You can climb the tower, test your prowess. And there's the Realm's Most Evil. Or you can click over here to the Premier Living Tower, which is the Mortal Kombat Classic. It looks like that little cool banner there. You get 9 opponents, and yeah, speaking of classic Goro has remained undefeated for the past 500 years. He won the title of Grand Champion by defeating Kung Lao, a Shaolin fighting monk, defeat Goro, and save Earth Realm. So these towers, it looks like they change. You can come back in here after these little counters have run out, and then you get different little challenges. You got your single fight, test your luck, which I have no idea what that's all about. You have your factions, faction leaderboard. You can change your faction war page, crypt, which just sounds scary. That looks kind of creepy right there. Looks like some Stranger Things type stuff. Pretty cool. Continue. I don't know if I want to. Here you can spend coins earned through playing Mortal Kombat X. The first tombstone in front of you is free. Oh, okay. This is kind of cool. Like a little first person here. Kind of clunky again. Ooh, I've been awarded 4,000 coin. So is that there? This kind of reminds me of Mortal Kombat. Oh, I can purchase this. Cool. Oh, wait. You mean to tell me that you guys give me coins so I can just unlock these first ones? That's pretty cool. Oh, sweet. Unlocked a new fatality. Okay. Oh, I can view it? No, I want to see it in action. Just garbage. Okay, well, kind of cool. It's kind of operates like a DVD interactive menu in a sense, which is again kind of like one of my main concerns in this game, was just that the controls just do not handle quite as cool. But yeah, the let's see, let's go to main menu there. Yeah, the controls, I just feel like in this version of the game don't quite transfer over. Oh, that's R4 telling us it's time to wrap up. Okay, R4, give me a minute. Just don't quite transfer as beautifully as the Mortal Kombat 11 title does. And, you know, if it wasn't for that, I just feel like this game would be like A+ all across the board. There's tons of other stuff you can kind of check out. You get your, you know, your little banners up there. You can kind of see everything that's kind of like floating around or whatever. But it's a cool game overall. Like I said, you know, I give it like a 7.5 out of 8 bits, which I think is a really great rating, only because you can only do so much wrong with the Mortal Kombat title. I mean, I feel like as long as you can like beat up your friends and just like smash buttons and have a good time, you know, you've done justice with the Mortal Kombat title. Definitely feel like Mortal Kombat 11 was a beautiful follow-up to what I remember Mortal Kombat being as a child. But you know, that's not to say that this isn't a great game in of itself. And like I said, if you guys are not Plus members on PlayStation Plus, you need to check it out because this game is definitely a keeper. You know, I have a keep it, sweep it, keep it. What is it? Was it keep it, sweep it, or keep it, or keeper or sleeper? That's what it is. Keeper, sleeper, or keep it, sweep it. It's not a sleeper. This is definitely a keeper. And you know, I'm probably going to sleep on it just a little bit because I have Mortal Kombat 11, and you know, that's just kind of like my go-to. But this is definitely a fun title, and I definitely recommend checking it out and you know, adding it to your library. Right? Now, this is something you have to keep in your library. I download these games all the time, and sometimes I, you know, play it for a little while, and then I'll take it out and I'll put it back in, and put it back in, take it out, leave it in for a little while, take it back out. But it's definitely a fun game, and I just want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit here on this New Game Friday. Don't go anywhere because after this we will have an all new game for all new Game Friday. So hang out for a little bit. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know what you thought. Of course, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, hit that share button. Let's get some more people in here, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember, this is not goodbye. Simply to be continued. Until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else.